Sir George Ivan Van Morrison, Andrew John Hozier Byrne. These singer-songwriters are two different people, right? What if I told you there was more to this than meets the eye? Both Van Morrison and Hozier are of Irish heritage and known for their timeless blue-eyed soul. But perhaps there is an even deeper connection between the two of them. One that's somehow even more timeless. What if, instead of referring to them as them, they were somehow the same person?
Van Morrison is an immortal alien. Is it a coincidence that Hozier rose to popularity after Van Morrison faded into irrelevance? He is the chosen Irishman, the extraterrestrial deity that has enchanted the Irish homeland for centuries. It's entirely plausible that this is the very same being that we knew as Saint Patrick. This alien could have unique properties in their DNA that has intertwined with the region for centuries, helping forge the Irish culture that we know today. Perhaps Hozier is just an alias?
What we may have here is a time traveler, or even an entity from another dimension. One theory is that a wormhole opened up and brought him to this planet to bless our ears for all of eternity.
A wormhole could create a sort of rift in the fabric of space-time, and in theory, some kind of being could potentially come through that rift, and could even come to Earth. Some scientists theorize that time travel could actually be possible if someone could figure out how to harness the properties of these wormholes.
What you are about to witness is never-before-seen evidence of the eerie similarities between Van Morrison and Hozier. The recordings you are about to hear are demos that Van Morrison allegedly recorded sometime in the 1970s. They were recently discovered inside a safe located in a basement which belonged to a Warner Brothers record executive. They have not been heard in nearly half a century. This demo for the song Tupelo Honey, recorded by Van Morrison, bears a striking resemblance to Hozier's 2014 song Jackie and Wilson. The record is highly decayed from being preserved in poor conditions, yet the resemblance is uncanny, to say the least. Also contained in this vault was a reel-to-reel tape recording from the same studio sessions. Here we find an alternative mix of the song, which when played backwards and slowed down, reveals an unheard set of lyrics. A team of specialists used state-of-the-art technology to restore the lyrics and music to sound as they were originally recorded.
I need to be youthfully felt, 'cause God, I never felt young. She's gonna save me, call me baby, from the hands of my head.
Perhaps there is another clue left behind by the fact that Van Morrison and Hozier both have a song bearing the name Jackie Wilson. Is this merely a case of separate artists paying their homage, or is it a single person or other being, leaving breadcrumbs for the most observant individuals? We also have repeated instances of Hozier covering Van Morrison. Here is Hozier covering Sweet Thing by Van Morrison.
And I was strolling very well, jumped the hedges first. And I was drinking clean water for to quench my thirst.
And let's compare it to Van Morrison's original studio version.
On the blue ocean against the water sky, I will walk and talk in gardens all wet with rain.
Hozier has also made a list of his favorite Van Morrison songs. Could this just be respecting the artist that came before him? Or is it possibly the same person breaking character in hopes to keep alive the legacy of the life that they had once lived? In November 2017, hip-hop artist Blind Boy made a post to his Twitter account sharing a link to the Van Morrison song Saint Dominic's Preview, saying, "I also once dreamt that Hozier covered this. It was brilliant. I can't get it out of my head, even though it never happened."
Saint Dominic's Preview.
But what if this was more than just a simple dream? If the theory is right that Hozier is a time traveler or an extraterrestrial being, then there may be more to Blind Boy's dream than meets the eye. Experts believe that the answer may have something to do with the Akashic Record.
The Akashic Record is a soul-level dimension of consciousness. Okay, and it contains a vibrational record or archive of every soul and their journey, okay? The life force that we can make a direct contact with. It's like the DNA of your soul. Okay. It's the pattern for who you are becoming through time, okay? Okay. Okay.
Could it be that this so-called dream was actually a message from the Akashic Record? It seems no small coincidence that Blind Boy dreamed of Hozier performing a song by Van Morrison of all musicians, when there is already so much evidence that they are one and the same. If they really are the same person, that information is sure to be contained within the Akashic Records. Perhaps Blind Boy's dream was really an echo in the greater spiritual subconscious.
FBI, open up!